Okay, so I'm back. I was doing this and I have just created a module, my math, with a function double. Let me just, I don't like when the code thing I type is, can I do clear here? Yes, I can do. So my math dot double dot two. The double of two is 4, is double of 4 is 8. And I can see here, I can still see the code. And what happens if I ask for the double of y? Y is undefined, so it doesn't work. You see, I have an x here and y. If I do x, y, undefined function, you see, it's almost the same thing. When you call a function, you are kind of doing a pattern matching. You're trying to match this, the left side, and this, the right side, when you call a function. So you see, when I do the value, it works. With y, if y is undefined, it doesn't work. But if I define y, it works. So the same way that x equals y. The only difference here is that here I am outside now, y is 3, and before, yes, I hadn't defined x before, but it's it must be clear to you that this x is not this x. The x that I'm using on Ix is not the x that I'm using here. So let me see. Let me do this. What's the value of x? It's still 3. So when I do this, I don't change the value of x. This x that is outside. But I'm going to redefine the module my math, and let me see what I can do with 2 points. Do you remember the, uh, how do I calculate the area of a circle? You see, I need to have the diameter, the radius. It's pi multiplied by radius square. Pi times the radius squared. So uh, everything I need is the radius. I'm not. I'm going to. Oh, I closed Ix. Sorry. Is there something like math pi? Module math is not available. But yes, there is this column. It's semicolon. How do I semi? What semicolon? Because my English is not perfect. Semicolon, ponto e vírgula. E dois pontos em português is 2 points. Yes, I can't remember name. I'm going to do is look for semicolon. No, but I want this in Portuguese, not in English, not in Portuguese. Semicolon. It's a punctuation mark, right? The other punctuation marks, the one that I want is probably here. Semicolon, full period, colon. So that's right. So if I have a semicolon, this is a colon. So you see, when I put this colon, that math is a module from Elixir or from Erlang. Math was not compiled docs. Oh, but you see, help maths.py says that there is a module. Yes, maybe it was some problem when I installed Erlang. Let me try here. Erlang math module. It's a module with mathematical functions. You see everything here. So where is pi? Pi 0, pi is a function that returns pi, which is a useful number. That's it. All this are the C library, the same limitations apply. Okay, so if I define a module called my math, and I define circle area that receives the radius, and I just do math.py multiplied by radius, multiplied by radius, and it worked. I math the area, no, the circle area of a radius 1 and 2 and so on. It seems to be working. What else? So what I have to show now is something that uses pattern matching with tuples. Math module, math, to def, some interesting function. Let me see. Distance, let me try here. Distance between 2 points. Unit. Learn how to find the distance between 2 points using the distance formula. This is Khan Academy. I want text. Oh, there's this site. Math is fun. Horizontal, vertical. Yes, this is what I want. Suppose I have the coordinates of 2 points. The horizontal distance It's working, but I was out of the frame because. Okay, so the distance between XA, YA, XB, YB, and what should I do? XB minus XA multiplied by XB. It's too complicated for this. So I'm going to see what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a file. I think it's better for now. Let's call this my math.ex. I'm calling Visual Studio Code. It's going to the wrong window. Starting VS Code in Windows Subsystem Linux. Don't need to see me right now. Dev module, my math, do dev distance doing XA, YA, XB, YB, and I need the square of XA minus XB plus the square of YA minus YB, and I need the square root of everything. Let's see what's here. Yes, the square root, the result is square root of XA minus XB, YA minus YB. But where are these functions? I don't have these functions, so I'm going to define these functions. Define the function square. The square of a number is only number multiplied by itself. As for the square root, I believe I will have to resort to that Erlang math module. I believe they have something called, let's see, I'm not sure if Elixir has, but it's only called math. So this is, I can format the code. Maybe I can go back. I'm not sure if I can do that. Syntax error between before it's line. Oh, because I'm not sure. Let me try to see if this works. Math works here. Ah, it's a dot here, not a column. See, I can do Ix, my math. Now I can calculate the distance between 2 points, 1, 1, and 2, 1. This one is easy because the distance should be 1. Yes. What about 1, 1, 3, 1, 2, and 1, 1, 1, 3? And what about 1133? This one should be more obvious. 1.4, which is the square root of 2, so it's working. You see, I believe the interesting thing here is that because of pattern matching, I have here just in the function definition, I have already put the tuples here. So it's when I call my math distance 1122, it's doing pattern matching with, it's like it's doing this. Let me copy here. It's like it's doing this for the first argument. So it assigns inside the function 1 to xa, 1 to ya, and so on for xb and yb. That's the basic functioning of pattern matching with tuples in Elixir. One quite interesting thing about pattern matching in functions is that you can even have a function, let me call f. The name of this function is f. It returns 10, but it only returns 10 when the input is 1. And when the input is any other, it returns, let's say 3. So if the argument is 1, it returns 10, otherwise it returns 3. I'm going, you see, I have saved this file, and I'm going to reload my math. It's saying that the variable x is unused. Yes, so when this happened, I have this variable here I had, but I wasn't using, so I'm going to do underline x just so that it doesn't complain. As it just gave me a warning that I'm now using a newer version of this module. Let's call f. f1 is 10, f2 is 3, f anything is 3. If I pass 2 arguments, it's going to give me, say that is wrong. And for this function, if I pass the wrong number of arguments, it's wrong. If I put 2 and a as atom, it's going to give a problem when I try to multiply. But other than that, it works. See, for large numbers, I believe it's working. I'm not sure, but it might be working. Okay. Yeah, it's not working because it's always, maybe it's because the numbers are too big. Um, not check that. Let's see. The square it's working. Square root works. Yes. So I can do pattern matching, including the tuple here. And I could use, for instance, I could have something like this. Not going to use it in practice, but just to show, I could have something like this. If it's 10, do it another way. So it doesn't have to be only variables here. It can be values too, just like I did here. I can use a value. I can use underline to say, oh, anything goes. And that's how you do pattern matching with Elixir using tuples. Next class or next video, which I don't know when it's going to be. Never. That's why I call impromptu. It's wrong again, but I will correct later. Impromptu Elixir Live Coding. I will try to show how to do pattern matching with lists. It's a little bit different from tuples. Tuples are simpler. Not, it's not much different, but it's a little bit different, a little bit more complicated than tuples. Okay, see you next video.